Welcome, Scorpio. This is your weekly focus for February the 26th through to March the 3rd, 2024. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Let's dive into the cards, shall we? Okay, so our underlying energy, Scorpio, is the Knight of Cups. I think everybody's gotten the Knight of Cups. This is about joy and happiness, giggles, laughter. It's about creating this in our life. It's about using our creativity, our self-expression, letting it out, bringing it alive. We want a softer approach to life, a little bit of harmony, a little bit of beauty, a little bit of romance. Our first card is the Nine of Cups. Start making wishes. Make a lot of them. Make that bucket list. I tell you, we have the Nine of Wishes here telling you to look forward to new growth in every area of your life. And how do you want that growth to appear? What are your wishes for yourself, for your environment, for the people you love? What are your wishes about work, career, stature, being of service? What are your wishes for travel, adventure, learning, teaching? Strong energy here as we start out. And then we have the Devil, the Phoenix rising out of the ashes. You're the only one to get it so far this week. The Phoenix rising out of the ashes, letting the old just disintegrate. And I think because it's in the middle here, you are going through the process. You are starting to feel yourself rise out of those ashes. You're starting to look at where you want change, where you want growth, where you want, it could be behaviors and habits changing. It could be your routine is changing. But really, you're trying to bring in this happiness, this joy. In the little moments. You're not trying to do this grand gesture thing, although you could be in some ways, but more you want to create the beauty and the harmony in your environment, in your relationships. And what isn't working is definitely going into the fire and burning to ashes. You are reinventing how you work in the world, how you flow in the world, how you stand up and being counted within the world. And then we have the Seven of Swords. Don't trust everybody this week, okay? There's somebody who might be a little bit malicious here, trying to do you some kind of harm, trying to strip you down maybe because they want the job that you're going for. I always use for this card, I use the example of it's Monday morning and you're in the elevator and you're going up to work on the 5th floor or whatever, and your buddy is in the elevator with you. And you say, I thought of a way that we could double productivity in the workplace. And you start telling them all about it. And you go, what do you think? And they're like, wow, that's a really good idea. Yeah, I'm just going to go to the washroom and then I'll meet you in there. And away you go. And by the time you come out of the washroom and you walk into the office, you see your buddy from the elevator shaking hands with the boss because they just sold your idea right out from under you. Or somebody might want to tear you down or jab you, poke fun at you, criticize you. Be careful of these people. You want to put distance here between you and somebody who is being like that. Don't try and fend yourself, okay, here, because it could be, it could be a narcissist, right? And they feed on your anger. They feed on your dismay. That makes them happy. So the angrier you get, the more you are fueling the fire with them. It is about understanding what has value and what you need to really take forward with you, and that includes people in your life, I guess, because we got into the people thing for you guys here. For those three cards, let's see an overall energy. We have the Two of Clubs. Yeah, this is about you having this energy to get going, to start building some enthusiasm, some happiness, some joy. I get a lot of celebration and happiness, and you're gonna make it happen. Okay, you're like, you know what? We're gonna have some fun. We're gonna enjoy what we're doing. It's like you get motivated to just fuel your own fire. I get this energy with you. This, you're busy and you're happy being busy. You're happy with the flowing movements. You're embracing it. You're smiling more. You're laughing more. Things are coming together a little bit more for you. There could be some decisions to be made. But any of those decisions you're going to find within, you're not going to find on the outside. It's really about you and your inner strength and connecting with that inner strength this week. And as you do, I mean, you just go with the flow. There's this energy about you. It's wonderful. Work and career, we have the Tower card. So what you were doing, you may not be doing going forward. It might be changing in some way. You might be wearing a new hat. You may get a promotion. I'm not sure about the raise that goes with the promotion, but right now we're going to get the promotion. This could be sudden job loss. This could be a sudden job offer. This could be a change in jobs, change in careers. Your focus is going somewhere new, something different. It's not staying where you are right now. There's some kind of opportunity that might open up to you. It could be that other things are coming into play, and it's going to change because you need time off to care for an elderly parent, or your family is growing and you need to stay home for a little bit of time. Or but there's definitely change happening. There's also this awakening, so to speak, where you go, aha, like I can do this and I can do that. Why am I settling for doing this? And I'm so much better doing this anyways, and that's really what I want to do. So why am I stuck here in the here and now this way? We got the Eight of Diamonds. I would have to say that this is a money card. So this is about increasing money, increasing the wealth, increasing the finances. Or you're utilizing it in a way that makes you happy. I think whatever you're doing is sustainable, it's workable, it's doable. And I think there's definitely more money on the table here. If not, you know a way to go towards creating that income for yourself. We have the Knight of Michael, strong, committed, intellectual, and diligent. Time to move quickly, choose logic over emotion, and sudden changes. Yeah, I'm getting the sudden changes, right? Things change. So you do a 180 perhaps in some way. But I don't think it's a bad thing. It's a good thing. There's definitely money on the table with it, right? So whatever it is, it's shifting you towards more money, more growth, maybe more stature. Okay, so stay strong and stay committed. Okay, what are the other two? Intellectual and diligent. Okay, time to move quickly. Choose logic over emotion. So maybe back it up, observe, take notes, find out where you're allowing your emotion. Like you may see this promotion, but you know that you have to go from the 5th floor to the 9th floor, and you don't know anybody on the 9th floor, and everybody on the 5th floor is like family because you've been working together for like 4 or 5 years together now, and you know what their kids' names are and birth dates and all that jazz, and now you're going to go to the 9th floor and you're, right? So all of a sudden that fear, that anxiety starts welling up to what potentially was a fabulous thing, because the friends that need to stay with you will stay with you, and the people that you're going to meet are going to be just as wonderful and become your own family in a very short period of time. For love and relationships, we get this aha moment, this epiphany. We start to see where we can bring in happiness, where we can bring in joy, where we can bring in laughter, where we can start getting creative within our relationships. Do something new, do something different, do something, I hear zany. I've never used the word zany in my life. Zany, do something zany. I hope that applies. So these are the aha moments, the epiphanies. If you're looking to meet somebody, I tell you, your eyes will meet across a smoky room, and wow, You know, the rest is history. They walk the rest of your path with you. Also, if you want to, you know, put the spark back into a relationship or breathe new life into the relationship, or move past a really bad spot in the relationship. Okay, you get that aha moment, that epiphany of how to bring it together, how to make it work, how to make it work for you. Okay? And we have the Nine of Diamonds. So the Eight of Diamonds, the Nine of Diamonds, we're very grounded here in love, in money and love. This is, you know, you already have gone through things in your relationship. It's not a time to doubt yourself and what you do in the relationship. You do exactly what it is you do in the relationship, and that's not going to change because that is who you are, unless you want to invite in that change. But I don't see it. I almost get it like it's being, problems in the relationship are turned back to you, like you've got to give more, you've got to do more. And I think you are saying, no, we just got to have some joy in our life, we got to have some happiness, we got to have a connection here, we got to have some really strong positive dialogue between each other, we've got to spend some time together, we've got to laugh together and grow together. And what are you talking about? It's me, I'm the same person that I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. But life changes and evolves, and so we need to reinfuse. I mean, what did you do when you first met? Did you just sit there in front of the TV? Did you do, you know, one person cooked, the other person did the dishes, and then good night, I gotta go to work early in the morning? No, you're out there doing all kinds of these wonderful, magical things together. So, and this is what's happening in your mind, is you've got to bring it back to life. You got to start doing things. You got to get excited, build an enthusiasm about what it is, and this will really bring in some kind of grounded energy within the relationship. We have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So if you have issues with your parents, but not necessarily your parents. I mean, I had parents. If this card came up for me, I'd go, I don't know what you're talking about with that. But there could have been somebody in that kind of role, a teacher, a mentor, even a peer, right, that you looked up to or you admired in some way, and they crash, they rain on your parade, they tear you down in some way, they make you feel like you're less than you truly are. Okay, so we all have that person in our life. You have not come through this life unscathed in that area. There's always been that one person at least that has tried to pull you down and left a scar in doing so. They may not have succeeded, but they left the scar, and they did, in fact, if you have that scar, pull you down a little bit, change you in some way. Now, forgiving the person, you know, I always say that my idea of forgiveness isn't probably what you're thinking, okay? Because you're not going to invite them over for tea. In fact, if you saw a steamroller with the keys in the ignition and you saw them in the path, you might just think about, you know, oops, I didn't know the brake was off. The forgiveness is because they were too stupid to realize the damage they did to you. They were too stupid to realize that they were giving up the best things since sliced bread. They were too stupid to realize that they were self-centered, egotistical, greedy, untrustworthy. And to realize that they will never, ever, ever realize that they probably did the hurt that you still feel to this day. And no matter how many speeches you give them, they'll never clue into it. They'll never get it. So forgive them for being so stupid, idiotic, and move past it. You've learned from it. So take your wisdom and move forward. We'll get one more card there. And we have children. Your love life is being affected by children. I'm almost getting this children thing. Now, for some of you, it might be children, okay? It might literally be children, but I think it's your inner child. With all this feeling I get about wanting smiles and giggles and happiness, it's your inner child coming out to play. Okay? And your life could definitely be affected right now about the joy that you want to. It's like mini celebrations each and every day. You have that smile, you have that bounce in your step, you have that straight back. But I get this joy, I get this center of joy when I'm thinking about you. Okay, let's move on to spirituality. 10 of Wands. You have to understand what you need to leave behind, what doesn't work. Stop trying. It's not going to work. Okay, here you are persevering, trying to get to where you need to go, but you're so overburdened. It takes so much effort sometimes to take one step, and so you have to lighten the load. Now, we do want to take with us the things that have value. Here we have a bunch of wands, definitely some growth on some of those wands. We want to take those with us, but some are deadwood, and we need to clear out the deadwood. We need to understand what truly needs to be taken forward and what needs to be left into the dust. We have the 6 of diamonds. Diamonds. I would say this is where we are looking at our relationships. I don't think just relationships, though. It's the balance. It's knowing that you're enough. Yeah, that would be it. Knowing you're enough. That you deserve. Yeah. That's exactly what the 6 of diamonds is coming here to tell you. You don't have to take all this extra garbage in order to impress and please others, okay? You just need to take what matters. And that's really just the unique you. When it all gets boiled down, that's all it takes is the unique you. Maybe if you're doing videos, then okay, well, you might need your phone to take a video of yourself. But really, all you need is the unique you. And starting, I would almost, when it comes to meditation, when it comes to prayer, when it comes to sitting in quiet contemplation, I would see my heart center start to light up. It could be any color you want. Okay, it could be pink, it could be green, it could be blue, it could be purple. Okay, pay attention to the color though, and it might change. Okay, and watch as your breath goes in and out, how that circle of light gets bigger and bigger and bigger around you. Just, breathe in the air, and then as you release, you're actually blowing out a little bit more. And then there's more light to take in. And breathe it out again. Breathe from your heart center, okay? Breathe it into your heart and out through your heart. See it coming out here. It can go out your backside too. It can go right through. In through your heart, out through your heart. Or in through your heart and out through your heart. And just grow it a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger. And see this beautiful silvery ball that surrounds you. This beautiful aura. Now fill it with the colors that you want to take forward with you. Maybe you want money. Maybe you want the feeling of royalty. Throw purples and golds in there. Maybe you want soft, tender love. Throw pinks and baby blues and soft mauves in there. You want to have extra energy. Throw some oranges and yellows in there. You want to have more passion or more courage. Dabble a little red. Be careful with red though, okay? You don't want to use too much red ever. You want to be more grounded. Well, then put specks of copper in there and iron and ore and dirt and grass and trees and mountains, Put that energy in there and watch it swirl around you because it's all a part of you. Okay? Feel your strength as you inhale and exhale. And we've got opportunity knocks. Go for it. Yeah, there's some kind of opportunity coming in here. It's just going to wow you. Okay? It's going to be something that you're not expecting. Watch for it. Okay, sometimes we don't really see the opportunity because we don't see the opportunity within the opportunity that is being presented to you. When I was going to when I manifested my F-150, it wouldn't have been had I not listened to my son, because I got a thing. And it was when nobody could get cars, nobody could get trucks. You ordered it, you were getting it like 18 months later, kind of stuff. It was just, right at the end of COVID and stuff, and there wasn't car parts. So I got a letter saying, we want your vehicle. And I'd been driving it for 2 or 3 years, so I was kind of surprised at that. No purchase necessary. Well, I live in the country, so I'm going to kind of have to leave with the vehicle. You already know that. And they said they'd pay more than, it was worth. And so I threw it in the garbage, and my son took it out, and he goes, "What are you doing throwing this away? I thought you wanted an F-150. And I said, "Well, yeah, I do." I said, "But, that's just a hoax. They're going to get me in there, and I'm going to drive away in another escape like I always do." For about 20 years, it was a revolving door. I'd walk in and say, "I want an F-150, and I would drive away in an escape. Escapes are great vehicles, don't get me wrong. But I wanted an F-150, but I could never afford the price tag of the F-150. Still cannot, okay? So anyways, so we went, and I walked out of there owning a brand new F-150, driving it off the lot. It was there. It was a special order for somebody who at the last minute canceled, so it was actually there in the parking lot, so I could drive away in it for less than I was paying for my payments with the Escape. I kid you not. On top of that, I kept telling my son that I needed a new screen, a new monitor, a bigger monitor. And when I got the F-150, they threw in a smart TV. So I use that now as my monitor. So, manifestation is real. But I threw it in the garbage. So when opportunity knocks, you have to answer the door, okay? The big part of it. Big part of it. So, I neglected to answer the door. Thank goodness I have a son who answered the door for me. Let's pick out one more card here, and we got the Hierophant. You're the diplomat this week. You are intelligent. You are tapping into sage wisdom that resides in you. You can be turned to as a leader. If you don't feel that you are a leader kind of person and there's no one to lead yourself. Self-discipline, get the job done, tick off the to-do list. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.